Good day, my esteemed viewers. How are you doing? It's a new day. It's a great day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. How are you doing? Like I said earlier, it's a new day. It's a new day filled with new hope, a new beginning, a new day to start something new. If you want to do something, why not go ahead and try it out? You know what I mean? Why don't you just try it? This might be a lucky day for you for that thing to actually work out. And I believe you know what I'm talking about. Every day comes with a new hope. And I believe you're going to try something different today. It's your girl Gloria, and here we are back again on Serenity TV. Welcome to today's episode, where we bring you interesting stories, real gist, and real life stories. We'll bring it to you back to back. As always, we they deliver, we know they carry last. Welcome once again. I have a very, very interesting topic at hand I will be bringing to you today. And it's not something you would want to miss. But I think it's something we all should be talking about. We are talking about religion today, how religion affects young people's decision when it comes to marriage. That is what we'll be discussing about today. And you must agree with me that when it comes to making decisions about marriage, religion has a big role to play. And we have a lot of religion. We have the Christians, we have the Muslims, we have Hindu, nationwide, we have the Buddhism, and many more. So today, in our Nigeria, we're going to be talking about how does religion affect the decision young people make when it comes to marriage. And as you know, I won't be the only one discussing this topic. I have a very, very interesting guest in the house, someone you might already know, in the person of Pastor Michael. Pastor Michael. So join me as I welcome Pastor Michael. Pastor Michael, you're welcome.
Thank you very much and good
How
afternoon.
are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And nice to have you here.
Thank you very much for always bringing me here.
You're welcome. So, Pastor Michael, today we'll be discussing religion. How does religion affect young people's decision when it comes to marriage?
All right. Religion is one aspect of life that is very much considered so much almost in everything that somebody do. Not only marriage. Because you see, find people who choose jobs based on religion. This is what we can do. This is what we cannot do. But when you talk about marriage, it affects people so much because marriage is kind of a lifetime thing. Now, for young people, when you talk about religion has a very great impact in both choosing your partner and making decisions. And I'll start from talking about partner selection.
Okay.
Yeah. A religious person, almost everybody chooses their spouse based on one of the factors that they consider well is religion. Are you from where I come from?
Yeah.
And it is good because it has its own good side and the bad side. And why did I say that? That's why most people, despite the fact that we are one, but when you talk about choosing a life partner, religion plays the role of helping you choose or pick somebody who believes in what you believe in, which is very important in the peace of a home. When two people don't understand what they are doing, you don't believe in what I believe. That is why I think Numbers 36 or thereabout, the Bible said, I think God was telling us, he said, marry from your tribe. And that place has caused more damage to people who don't understand it because they misinterpret it. When you talk about marrying from your tribe, it means this is what I got from that place. Marry somebody who believes in what you believe.
Okay.
Now, for example, one of the problems we are having today is one of the battles of in homes today is the financial aspect of marriage.
Okay, we'll go into that.
Yeah.
But before we go ahead, when we talk about young people, the decision, religion affecting the decision young people make when it comes to marriage. Young people of today, do you actually think they consider this religion when it comes to choosing a spouse?
Yes, they do. But just that most of them tend to hide away from it.
In what aspects?
In the aspect that they bring it before it was brought first.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's kind of taking the second place, or however they kept it, in the sense that they now look at, okay, let me use for a guy who was my first one, look at, is she beautiful? Is she the kind of one I want physically? And then character before now considering religion. But if you want to have a good home as a young person, I'm not saying this to put any discrimination anywhere. All right? Because God made us differently, but yet to find a way to be one. Consider your religion very well. It's very important. Does this mean you don't have the ability or the power or the choice to choose somebody from the other or an opposite religion? No. But the first thing is to look at, which is what I said before, believe. Are you both able to work together? And I'll give an example to end this. A young lady was having an interest from a man. For example, she's from the Pentecostal area, the guy from the Catholic. She almost didn't take that marriage. Why? He's from Catholic. It took her pastor's intervention to tell her, if you are accepting this man, then accept everything about him. Except on the platform of understanding, where he said, okay, you can continue your church while I do mine. But if you're going into a man's house, you are taking everything he is offering. So it's very good, but then it should be considered.
Okay, but in this religious aspect now, remember you gave an example of Catholic and Pentecostal. We all believe that we are serving one God.
Yeah.
So why do you think it has to play a role when you say, because, okay, for instance now, there was this time I knew someone who wanted to get married, but because the father is a Pentecostal pastor and the man is a Catholic, like you said, but the father refused that she must not marry a Catholic, that they practice Orthodox or whatever it is.
Okay.
So that she must marry someone from a Pentecostal church. So that was a very big barrier in the whole marriage stuff. After all begging, and the father flatly refused.
He said no.
Now, I was now wondering, what exactly is it about Pentecostal and Catholic? We all are serving the same God. So why must there be a discrimination when it comes to that?
Okay, I'll answer it this way. One tree can produce many fruits.
Sure.
Now, if you have a tree standing and there is a side facing the sun, it gets sun directly. There's a side facing maybe a hidden place. It gets sun sparingly. Now, believe me that the ripening of this and this won't be the same. At times, the one facing the sun can even change color. But this one will have now that is how we are. We are from one root, but different branches. God is the root. One day I had was a Muslim man saying something. He said, do you know the problem between we and believers, the people that call them Christians? He said, they don't know. Many of them don't know. It's a long time I had that from them. He said that it is what they call Allah is what we call God.
Yeah.
Now, going into more study, he said the difference and the problem is between Prophet Muhammad and Jesus Christ. We are not going into that now. Who is this son of Allah? That's the problem. But we're not going into that now. My point is this. It is the same God. But the reason why people will say, if a Pentecostal are married from a Pentecostal, it is bad. It is as well good. It depends on the individual and the condition. Now, that's why I use the word believe. Okay, you find out that there are people that believe in tithing. So, in a case where the girl believes in tithing, the man doesn't believe. And you know, one thing about beliefs that, and which is one area this religion deals with people, is that it has a way of summing their life. That everything they do must be around this thing, exactly. I believe. So if my pastor and if my religion doesn't believe in it, I can't even, and that's the worst person you can ever do. Someone who is not open to learning. You don't want to understand this thing and get if what you have is true or is there need to adjust. Now, when you get to someone just like that man you mentioned, he is on it, whether he's sleeping or he's dying.
He's there.
He is there. And as long as you don't believe in that thing, most of them don't believe in tithing. The girl believes in tithing. It will be a problem. Take it or you leave it. I don't believe
There's
in.
not going to be a compromise.
There won't be, because you can't tell me, for example, your wife is going to you're coming back from market, you're just that you sold well, and your wife is telling you, honey, that 100K, bring out 10K for me, is for tithing. It will be a problem, because to you, you're taking money to give your pastor, right?
Okay.
So it becomes a problem. Now, there are people that believe, I don't have to pray always for me to get what I want. I just believe that if I can just speak it out, that's faith. Now, you now get into a man's life who believes in pray without ceasing, and is calling you up in the night to come and pray. It's a problem.
But I think in that aspect, you could actually adjust at some point.
That is why I said, when you believe and you are not willing to, there is no chance for, even if you will not accommodate it, at least let me hear and know what let me know what this person's vision is. Now, that chance of that area where there is no chance to accommodate or adjust is where problem comes into marriage. And it's not only in the aspect of religion, both character and every aspect of it.
Okay.
A girl was having a challenge with her so-called boyfriend. Sorry, I used that word. So she came to me for advice, and I had her talk. I gave her a chance. She spoke and spoke and spoke. So after talking, I asked her a question. I said, turn this table, this guy. Now, what did you do? Or these things you're saying this guy is doing, now what have you done? Or what did you do for him? She practically almost didn't say anything. So I now asked, I said, now turn the table around. This thing you're saying now that this guy did, looking at your actions, are you seeing that the words are not matching? You are doing something opposite. You're not willing to adjust. You're not willing to accommodate. You're not willing to learn. And you want him to adapt and accept your own terms and conditions. No, it doesn't work that way. The moment you want to step into relationship or marriage, you must be open to learn.
Okay.
You must be open to tolerate. You must be open to adjust. Whereby you don't want to, it's better you stay and serve your God.
Okay, so what do you have to say about inter-religious marriage? Muslim, Christian.
It's not a bad thing. I've seen a Christian, a pastor's daughter, marrying the son of a herbalist.
Because this thing, what you said earlier, that as long as you're willing to learn, you're open to understanding new things. Because now I know a person who, she's a Muslim, the husband is a Christian. They both live in the same house. On Sunday or whenever it is, she goes to she goes to the mosque, the husband goes to the church.
Why?
That is how both of them agree.
Understand
and
it.
they are living together.
Understand it.
The children, any day they want to go to church, they are free to
They
go to church. When they want to go to
Understand
the
it.
mosque, they are free to go to
Now,
the mosque.
I still have someone who, this one is Catholic, this one is Pentecostal. But somehow, the man ended up, okay, this is the same person. The wife at the first stage was, how can I live in my church? Your church, people, it's a quiet service. You get up, you pray a rosary, but she's used to fire, hot song. This and that. So it was an issue until she met her. The pastor said, follow your husband. You can't be in my church opposing your husband. After some time, what she now did was she follows her husband to church. They come back. She plays her church, the screen, watching. Until one day the man said, can we go to your church? That was how they both came back to this same church where she was before. Now, it's just a problem of belief and understanding.
You said something now about the pastor telling her that you cannot be in my church and be disobeying your husband, right? Now, there are lots of men of God who are in place to advise young ones to do certain things. Now, what do you think? You're a pastor.
Yeah.
If a young person comes to you and tell you, okay, I want to marry someone or have someone who I'm getting married to, but he's not of our religion. Some pastors will tell you that if the person does not have the same faith as you, he's not practicing the same religion, you must not marry.
Most people say that because of experience. One, Like you said, I'm into this field.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Most people say that because of experience. A pastor was telling his church, he said, be very careful when going out to marry someone and bringing here. He said he was kind of it, and he said, I am saying this because of experiences. Now you find out, like I said, even the Bible, there is New Testament, there is Old Testament. Now some people end up trying to separate between the new and the old, which is not supposed to be, because the New Testament is revealing what is hidden in the Old Testament. The Old Testament is covering what was revealed in it, so you can't separate them. Now,
All of them has to work.
yeah, you are preaching the Jesus, the aspect of God that you found that believes in grace has settled it. I have met God in the area that believes in, but despite your grace, you have to put efforts. You can't leave everything for God. Now and then it comes to marriage. Our child is sick. I'm telling you, we need to pray. Let's handle this matter spiritually. But telling me no,
Let's go to hospital.
he has paid the price. That we don't need to pray, and it becomes a problem. Now, the pastor said that if you tell your member not to marry from other religion, you are. I know most owners say it out of experience and to cut down some belief and marital issues. There is something called the first fruit. First fruit, tithe, offering, even prayer, fasting. It has caused many problems in homes where the man believes in whatever I get all during the first months of the year, he goes to God. But the wife is there saying, no, school fees, house rent, this one. Now, when you marry from where you have eaten from, it's easy. A pastor may say that out of experience that maybe he has encountered with people. But if you say it without concrete proofs, then you are trying to cause what we are trying to repair. You are trying to break it, which is we're trying to bring everybody together, which was why Christ died. Christ died for everybody. For God so loved the world that he gave that whosoever, whether you're Muslim, Christian, whatever Hindu, as long as you believe in Jesus, you are saved. Now, it is based on circumstances. Most of them that I have had say that is mostly based on circumstances. These two people have met themselves and they don't believe in this one, is not believing in this one, and it becomes a problem. And guess where it returns back to? The pastor.
Okay, if a pastor has an opinion when it comes to this because of circumstances or whatever it is that he might have gone through now, what exactly is religious definition of marriage?
Religious definition of marriage, this is what I would say, is when two people coming from a different place, or let me use what I use for, different branches of God coming together to find a way to believe that it is the same God they met and the same God we know.
So do you think it's right for a pastor to dictate to a member and tell them that, okay, because this person is not here, you can't get married to this person?
He can say that.
Is it good?
It's like I said before, it's good, it's not good.
So what's good about it?
What is good about it is that it helps, it makes it easy.
How?
Good. Like I've said before, when you're marrying from, it's just like a family of 5. All right? We were just like in my home. My mom raised us from childbirth as we all small. The guy, there is nothing like the guy has to sweep. The lady has to cook. All of you learn the same thing. She will tell you because you don't know where you are going tomorrow. Yeah. So what if your mom is not there to cook for you? It doesn't mean that you cannot cook as a man because you are a man. So as a woman, because anywhere you go tomorrow, learn to manage the situation. Now, as we were growing as well, she still found a way to, my parents found a way to place it in us that at this point, this is a man. Know what you tell him. This is a woman. Know what you tell her. Now, when you grow from the same place, you are drinking from the same water, sitting under the teaching of the same pastor. You will not need to struggle with certain things. Both of you will flow. Amos 3:3, the Bible said, can two work together except they be agreed. It is very, very easy. Our church is on fasting, 21 days. You as the man, you know. The woman knows. This is what we are doing. If she's going to church in the evening, you know that she's going to church in the evening. You know it's time for service. But when you are coming from a different church and she's coming, your service is by 8, hers is by 9. You will see most men will start thinking, is she really in church?
Even the ones that go, they still think that.
Does it mean that most people don't use church to cover up their evil? No. All right. But when you are from the same place, it has a way of cushioning certain problems. Even though there are people that have some personal beliefs about certain things, that no matter how much you drink from the same pot, or God, what I believe is what I believe.
Because I think if everyone is actually following this religious standard, because since this is my roots, I started from here, let me marry someone that started from the same place. So don't you think it's actually kind of, we are not accepting or trying to accommodate other religions? Because if you keep marrying from your own particular religion,
that's why I said it is good, it is bad. If you are not opening your people to getting married, it's just like an Igbo saying, I can't marry a Yoruba. Or Yoruba said, no, I can't marry from Hausa. Now, what if that person ends up just like me, starts in a Yoruba land and maybe finds love there? I say, if not this one.
Then you say, because your religion does not support it, then. So, okay, now let me ask you.
So long as they both have mutual understanding. Now, how do you settle that? It happens before marriage. You should know your partner, what they believe in before marriage. Because whatever you see in marriage was there before marriage, just like you didn't see it well. If your partner I know of a lady who was telling me that there is this guy she likes, a very cool guy, but that her problem is this church thing. That most times she will tell him, I'm going to church in the evening. There is this particular answer he will always give. Church. Okay. That person have given you his decision, his stand already. So she said, she checked it, she observed it at some point, she started drawing back. Because this person, maybe he's doing it because I'm not entirely his yet. Whenever I step into that home, it is possible he will stop me entirely. Now, she was able to find that out. The problem is that I don't understand what we that are the young ones are doing, and we are calling it dating and courtship and whatever.
Okay. Okay.
So you take the time, dating, courtship, these are times when you should know this person better. Discuss important issues. And be sure that I know who I am going in with. But when you end up using it to go to fast food, restaurant,
shopping,
bar beach and all of that, you now enter, you say, had I known? No, you knew.
Okay, now, you as a person, let's say you're not a pastor, or even despite the fact that you're still a pastor, you found someone you love, you want to get married to.
Okay.
And you guys have been through this dating scene, you studied this person, and then your religion says no, because this person is not from the same religion as you cannot marry her.
You will tell me why now? You tell me
because two of you are not from the same religion.
Is that the problem?
Yes. She does not come from the same church as you do. She doesn't speak in tongues as you do.
Okay.
You guys cannot get married.
Does she believe in what I believe?
That's now left for you to answer the question.
So if I can answer that question, why will you stop me?
So what if the church say, okay, since we are not going to wed?
There's no problem.
You go ahead.
There's no one place where Christ said this must, if you don't wed here, you go to hell.
Okay. Okay, so the young ones now, do you think, now the question earlier was how religion affects their decision. Do you think it affects their decision in a good or a bad way?
It depends on understanding. It affects in a good and a bad way.
In our society today, which do you think comes first?
In our society today, I think so far so good. Even though I know God still has his people. But religion
okay.
Religion is becoming what people are seeing like a problem.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because I met somebody one day. I'll give you this example. It was like a church na scam, church na scam, church na scam. Pastor said, I said, come, let's talk. Why did he say church na scam? I ended up finding out that this person has no personal experience about church.
Just what you heard.
All he had. Same as school na scam, school na scam. I know of a guy who was saying school na scam, school na scam. In our year one, he left to play Yahoo. After like 2 years, he came back. He had to do something in school. But then I had moved to my maturity level. He needed my assistance to write. They told him to draft something. I said, okay. Now you have your money. I have my school. If school na scam, or you come and draft it. Religion is good. All right? But when you get, number one, in touch with the wrong people, when you meet the wrong person, it's just like you say marriage is good. Love is beautiful. But when you meet the wrong person, there are girls that anything that has to do with a boy, the moment you mention it, you are a devil to them.
Yeah.
There are guys also that anything that concerns woman, the moment you bring it around them, you are kind of giving them why background, what they have seen, maybe through their father, through their mother. There are still people, both male and female, who have become dangers and victims of evil. Why? Because they were, let me use the word, they have become victims of being used. Because I saw my father and mother how they lived so lovely. I saw the love, the bond. So to them, let me go outside and share that love. Yeah. And they get into the hands of the wrong person and becomes a problem tomorrow. So you meet somebody who is coming up, trying to grow in faith, meeting a wrong person, or let me say wrong pastor, getting the wrong impact. I heard of a lady who said that as she is now, I think it was online, she said that she doesn't mind sleeping with any pastor.
Wow.
And she was asked why. She said because she has encountered a lot. That all the pastors she have met, she wanted this one to find solace, confined in him for prayers for safety because of what this one did. And this one will end up pampering her, bringing her in, and still repeats the same thing. So at some point, she just gave up. Whatever happens, happens. Now, when you meet the wrong people, you will always have the wrong mindset. So church is not bad. You can't take it out of this world. Yeah. But then it's now left for you to first of all find and know God personally. When you find and know God personally, something happened in the life of Paul. When he encountered God, the Bible said, after the light came to him, his eyes were blind and all of that, all those revelations. At some point, God said, I'm sending you to a man. Go and meet this person. Now, the man that God was sending to Paul was like, this man who I have heard that is killing people, as he said, go and meet him. I have done my work. Go there. Now, Paul today is one of the greatest apostles. Why? Because he was pastored by a good person. So it's all about, number one, do you really know God personally? And who is your pastor? Who are you feeding from? All these things can add up to the bad side of religion and can just determine the good side of religion. Now, I'm telling you that I can marry from anywhere as long as we have same faith and belief. Why? Because I know what the Bible says. And I know where I'm being fed from.
All right. Our time is fast spent. That was interesting. But before we go, let me ask one final question. All our topic today is based on religion, right? Okay. So do you think if religion does not exist, do you think young people will make better choices when it comes to choosing marriage partner?
No, it can't. No, they won't. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You ask yourself, who made the word? God. So you cannot be in God's word without God.
But before, okay. Okay.
You can't go there, you see?
I can't go there.
You want to say before the word?
Yes.
You can't go there. Before the word, God has been there.
Okay.
So he gave us the liberty to create all these religions based on belief. You see someone telling you, I believe in the God of the water, this and that. God permits all of that. So you make better choices based on your understanding, your belief, even though background affects. Yeah. Because when you have a twin, one trained in Ghana and one trained in the US, they can't behave the same because of their background. But are they in the same world? Yes, they are. So, can they relate well? Yes. Why? When they come together, I know that this is my brother, this is my sister. Despite the difference in background, understanding can help us stay one. No issues.
All right. Thank you very much. So one final word to our viewers are the young adults, our youths out there who are making decisions or who are about to make decisions when it comes to marriage. What do you have to advise them about? Meeting, going to pastors or whatever, religious. What are your advice towards young ones who are about to get married, making religious decisions?
What I will advise them is this. First of all, is to find God. If you are in the church, if you are in your church, sorry, I may take more time to say this, that even most times the Pentecostals that we think there are one, the Catholics we think there are one, you see that the denomination, the different names and branches becomes an issue. As someone is a member of Christ Embassy, I said, no, I can't marry from Winners Chapel. But they're still Pentecostal. So what is my advice? Make sure you know God. Number one, when you know God, God knows who is best for you. And he will direct you as long as you involve him in your matter. Proverbs, I think chapter 3. He said, trust in the Lord, acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your path. So when you find God, you find yourself. And then open your heart to learn and to know more. Because when you don't know, you would remain in bondage. When you don't know, when you find God, open your heart to learn and accommodate people. Because two people can be saying the same thing from different points. But understanding and an open heart to learn and to know. Let me hear what this person and why it can settle the matter. So find God and find good understanding. And God will help us.
Thank you very much, Pastor Michael.
Thank you.
It was a very, very interesting conversation with you. And to our viewers out there, thank you very much for watching. You've heard from Pastor Michael. Find God. Before you make decisions concerning marriage or before you go to any religious leader to ask for any revelation, anything, make sure you find God. Make sure you know your God personally. Have a special understanding with your God. Thank you for watching. Until come your way next time, I remain your host, Gloria. And do not forget to follow us on social media. And follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, follow us on YouTube, and subscribe to our YouTube channels. And if you have any questions or anything you want to say relating or regarding this topic, just drop it on our Facebook page and we'll reply to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.